Hi, it's Adas,
Hello, Audrus.
and it's Lenovo Talks. Today's series is about the trends for 2024. The year 2024 just started, and here we are in the February, but that actually many things to come during the year, and many partners are already questioning what's the plan.
Yes, so the plans. We are a bit of a lucky that our fiscal year actually starts from 1st of April. So we are not in the new year yet. But anyway, the plans are here and we got a little bit review of this year. But in general, we can look at the trends of Context and IDC, what they're forecasting for Europe. So general trend is that IDC and Context see some positiveness in the market and they're forecasting 5-12% growth next year. And I would tend to agree with that because we are coming with very low base. There was 2 years of year-on-year decline, 2022 with 15%, 2023 with 16% drop. So positive growth most likely will happen. As you can see in the picture, Context has kind of a smart way giving the forecast with pessimistic and optimistic scenarios. There you can see that for the notebooks there is a little bit more positive trend, and on the desktops more or less the market will stay flat.
And what for the Baltics?
The Baltics, yeah, if we look more closely at the Baltics, so IDC is forecasting a dramatic drop, 40-50%. But if we look a little bit more close into the reasons of that, we see that last year we had quite a lot of education deals where there was 40-50,000 units sold. This most likely, or at least the forecast, does not see that. So if to remove those big cases, so the market is going to be slightly positive. With being flat in the beginning of the year and starting to grow in the second half of the year.
All right, seems no decline for upcoming year is planned. Actually, nice and fantastic thing, really fantastic. I would say everyone now is released from the headache that it was so complicated to plan the year because it was up and downs, and now really the growth is expected. So, as we are speaking with the partners, suggestion is to plan the growth year and your actions accordingly. As we see growth opportunity overall, what are the other challenges you are seeing for the next year?
Yeah, so as always, it's very sensitive topic about pricing, the cost, and etc. So unfortunately, this year there is no very bright future for that. First, the geopolitical environment is not in favor for that. As most everybody is aware, we have some conflicts happening in the Red Sea Canal. So the shipping companies, which is shipping PC hardware as well, they took a decision not to go through the Red Sea, and now they are shipping around Africa. What it means? It means that there are 2 weeks additional transit time added for the deliveries, and it creates a chain reaction all the way to the other areas as well. Like the ships, when they are coming back, they also need to ship through Africa, so additional 2 weeks are added to return the containers and the ships. So at some points there is shortages of containers and ships. So when there's shortages on the sea deliveries, then the demand is rising for the air delivery, which again, rising demand means rising the prices. So all in all, this creates some hassle, which of course are increasing the pricing of the shipping and create some challenges how to adapt to this new situation for the whole supply chain.
Challenges. Actually, the challenges remains with all these circumstances that we are actually not in any control of that. So the transportation, what Audrus was mentioning, seems to have an effect for the next half of the year, and it's not going to be in the favor for our industry. So what the other factors can give effect?
So the challenges with the components cost, and here we have changing situation with the memories. So the memories cost has started to rise in the end of the last year, as the picture show you can see. And here the memory manufacturers are not able to keep up with the demand. Maybe they don't want, maybe they are not able. That's another question, because recently they have been clearing the inventories pretty intensively during the year. And now when the demand started to rise, the production is still not rising at the level we need. So that's how the costs of the memory are rising, and that we'll see in our products. Also, the PC hardware stocks at the level in the distribution, even in the local region, has now more balanced. So this means that during the year we will see less maybe clearance deals or aggressive pricing in the market. So that's also giving a trend that we will not see dropping prices. And then, as always, this year, same as last year, we will be transitioning to the new products. New products, new technologies always tend to cost a little bit more. But maybe you can tell what's coming.
Yes, speaking about transition of ThinkPads and ThinkBooks for 2024, here are the key highlights. So Lenovo has already unveiled X1 generation series this year. It's X1 Carbon Gen 12 and X1 2-in-1 Gen 9. And you might wonder what this 2-in-1 means. And actually that's the new naming for our 360 degrees convertible devices. So all the devices which has a rotating screen, like X13 Yoga, L13 Yoga, ThinkBook 14S Yoga, or what used to be X1 Yoga, now will be named as 2-in-1. And the Yoga naming just remains on consumer segment only. So X1 devices that I mentioned, these two models, is completely redesigned. It's actually a clean sheet model, meaning user don't only get the new Intel processors, other features, but it gets completely redesigned chassis. The other product, which is already announced, is ThinkBook 16P Gen 5. So this is a refreshed device with new Intel processors, new NVIDIA graphics, but what's super important for such powerful device, it comes with new thermal solutions. So it's one of the key things, I would say, for the workstation to have a thermal solution at its best, and it comes with this new device.
That's exciting news. But the rest of the ThinkPads and ThinkBooks at the moment are not publicly announced, so we don't have too much details to share at the moment.
I would say, as we cannot speak much about unannounced products yet, for customers it's really important to understand approximately time when devices can land to stocks, so accordingly they can plan this year's purchases. So we will cover what's coming this year from new generation devices. Starting with the February, as we are living here now. So actually we have one new product already in stock, and this is ThinkPad Z Series Generation 2. At March, the next month, actually we do not plan any new devices to land to stock. April, which is the beginning of the next quarter, beginning of our new fiscal year, will be the first month when we expect new products to land. So we will see ThinkPad L16, L14 with AMD, X13 with Intel, and the new X1 Carbon and X1 2-in-1. May should bring us ThinkPad T16, T14S with Intel, ThinkPad L16 and L14 with Intel, L13 as well. The new ThinkBook 16 and ThinkBook 14 with Intel should land in May too?
Quite a long list, but it's not over. So in May, we're expecting E-series with Intel, ThinkBooks with AMD, the new your announced ThinkBook 16P as well arriving in May. And then July, we are expecting ThinkPad E with AMD, and new our workstations P series are coming in July as well. Quite a long time frame to transition, but that's how this year is. We will need to wait for some new products still quite a long time. But Adas, is there something you are really excited and waiting this year for?
So there are many changes happening this year. One of the biggest year, I would say, with the changes, and those changes are highly coming from chips part, meaning Intel, AMD, and artificial intelligence in general. So I can count on myself that my favorite topic for this year will be the chips change and artificial intelligence in general. So we'll cover this topic at the next series, so stay tuned.